out there. Thanks for tuning in to WDBX 91.1. You are listening to Talk of the Town, and I am your host, Eva Fisher. I've got some wonderful guests in here with me today that I will introduce to you here right after these short announcements of some other fun things coming up this week. All right, so what is it? February 10th? Monday, February 10th. Here we are, rolling right along. Beautiful sunny day. I love it. We're coming up on Valentine's Day this weekend. Love it or hate it, here we are. But a fun thing you could do this weekend, something kind of different. SIU is hosting a dance concert. It's called Phoenix, a dance concert. So this is with students from the School of Theater and Dance. And it looks just really lovely. This is going to be February 14th through 16th at McLeod Theater. They're on SIU campus. They've got a special going. If you buy 2 tickets, you get each half off. So basically you get a free ticket with a Love is Love discount code there. So yeah, go online. If you just look up SIU School of Theater and Dance, it will take you to their homepage where you'll see how to get tickets, or you can go to the McLeod Theater box office. But yeah, Phoenix Dance Concert, check it out. Mackinac, the stage company's first play of the season, is running its second weekend this weekend as well. So yeah, catch some live performances this weekend, perhaps as a little Valentine's Day treat. How exciting. All right, the fire department is hosting their Bad Axe Ladies program, and the deadline for this application is coming up on February 15th. So this is for high school students, for young ladies to see what it's like to be a firefighter and get some hands-on training. Really awesome experience. So encourage anyone who might even have an inkling of desire to do that to check out the Bad Axe Ladies program and apply by February 15th. Another cool event coming up this weekend is SalukiCon at SIU campus. So this is like Comic-Con, you know, a lot of amazing cool things going on with it. Sean Astin is going to be there. Sam from Lord of the Rings. I'm pumped about that. Like, how cool is that? But yeah, so lots of good things going on. And then one last reminder, the coldest night of the year is coming up. Hopefully not actually in temperature wise, but this is the largest annual fundraiser for the Carbondale Warming Center. It's a national event. So this is coming up on February 22nd. It's a 2K or 5K, however much length you would like to walk, hosted at the Carbondale Community High School. So right now you can form your teams, you can sign up for a team already, donate to teams that are already active to raise money for the Carbondale Warming Center. Yeah, and then on that Saturday, February 22nd, we'll meet at the Carbondale Community High School around 4:30, get everyone registered, congregate, start that walk, come back for some light dinner and closing remarks. And it's a really nice time. It's a really fun energy with everyone together, and a great way to raise money for a great organization. All right, go to coldestnightoftheyear.com, and then you'll see where it says location. You can click Carbondale, it'll show up right near the top, and that's where you can sign up or donate some money. So, all right, that's all I've got to tell you. So now let me introduce you to my guests. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Michael. How are you two doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on, you two. Really appreciate it. So I'm gonna let you both introduce your titles to our listeners and what y'all do, and then we'll dive into what we're brought you on to talk about today.
My name is Michael Jessup, and I am the director of the Illinois Small Business Development Center here at SIU.
Fantastic.
And my job is to work with our entire team to help businesses get started and to move them from where they're at right now to the next steps.
All right, amazing.
And I am Melissa Ray Roach. I'm the Director of Business Incubator Programs for the Office of Innovation and Economic Development at SIU. So I have the pleasure of getting to work with Michael in the SBDC, as well as our Illinois Economic Empowerment Center at SIU.
Great.
and our Apex Accelerator office, which helps individuals get ready to do business with the government, and then
Awesome.
also our incubator program at Dunn Richmond Economic Development Center. So connecting individuals with whatever resources they need, no matter the phase of business that they're in. So it's a pretty exciting role that I get to be in, and working with Michael is just icing on the cake.
Yes, I love it. It is so exciting, and I'm always blown away by just what a large umbrella the Dunn Richmond Center and the Small Business Development Center, everything you listed. There's so many components. There's really a lot going on over there.
True. Yeah, I think a lot of people, the SBDC is the foundational program. It's been there since 1985 and has helped tens of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Lynn Anderson Lindbergh is the executive director, and she was the very first employee of the SBDC in 1985. And a lot of that foundation and success can be attributed to her and the people that she has helped build these programs with. And that it's just grown from just that program. But the Office of Innovation and Economic Development's one of the main outreach arms when it comes to workforce development and business development in the region. So Michael and I are both thrilled to be able to be a part of that program there.
And it really is a great program that we get to continue to evolve with. So as opportunities come up and our business community changes, we change with them and help them to move from, like I said, where they're at right now to where they would like to be and take those steps with them. It's oftentimes that people feel starting out in business that they are out in the ocean, just treading water all alone. And we want them to know that we're here to help them and to walk with them. We'll never be the experts in their business that they are, but we can help them navigate all those businessy things that are so mysterious to so many different people.
Yeah, totally. And so something really exciting that comes out of this is that I want us all to chat about today is the Carbondale Accelerator Program that's coming up. So Melissa, can you kind of give us a summary of what this Carbondale Accelerator Program is?
Sure. So Carbondale Accelerator Program, can I talk about how it originated first?
Yes, please.
So Yemisi Anderson is a small business advisor for us, and she is continuing to educate in this workshop for us. But she and Steve Mitchell were working together on a vendor event, and one thing that Yemisi, she's a small business owner, really explained and was helping Steve be able to see is that small amounts of seed funding could make a big difference for somebody who's just starting out. And that could be getting a printer or your first business card or a linen for a vendor table. That seed funding was so important, but also what needed to come along with that was education, because there's so much that you don't know when you're in that very first infancy stage of how do I go from point A to B. And so Steve reached out to us at the SBDC and asked if we'd be interested in being a part of a grant that he was applying for. And so we absolutely said yes. And Yemisi had been teaching a class called Launch That Business, but it didn't have any funding that came along with it. So Steve submits the grant, fast forward, the grant's awarded, and we were able to launch this 10-week accountability course where those that successfully complete the program will receive $1,250 in seed funding and have the ability to pitch for up to an additional $5,000. 100% of the funds go to the participants in the program, and at the end of that course, they've learned about marketing. They've learned whether the business is feasible to even start, and then learn to actually how to do bookkeeping, keep records, all of those things that are going to help you as you grow in your business, but ultimately also to pitch. There's a pitch component. For those that complete the program successfully, they can pitch for up to an additional $5,000.
Amazing.
So that's just been huge, and it's one of the favorite things that we do. You have to live in Carbondale or be opening a business in Carbondale is part of the criteria, and have been in business for 4 years or less. So that's a lot of folks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is the third round coming up of the Carbondale
Correct.
Accelerator Program, right?
Correct.
And we've seen a lot of exciting success already come from these first couple programs. I know I just had Jerry Young in here last week, and she went through the program and opened up her food truck, Taste and Live, and she just couldn't stop raving about the program, truly, and how much it did for her. And then I was so excited to see last week that Honey Heist Meat Co. started selling their product at the Underground Public House here in town, and they went through the program as well. They were one of the winners of that prize. So it's just really cool seeing these businesses, like, it's not just an in theory sort of thing.
Right.
It actually lays the groundwork to put that into practice. Michael, could you kind of just tell us, what you have kind of seen this program do, and maybe the expectations of its continuation?
Sure. So what we've seen are people who from, like she said, they have businesses already started and have come in, and they just need that kind of little extra push. They've been dragging their feet a little bit on getting some of the pieces together, but now they need something to push into, get to that next point. So being able to work with them and to drive that into that next point. We've seen some who have come in and are really just getting started with their business idea, and we've helped them plan through what those stages are and how to get their LLC started, and then how to apply for tax, and what, tax ID number and a FIN number, and what all those do for them, and how to be identified with the state properly, and make sure that all their paperwork with the city, with the state, with the community are at. And then how do we help them get advertising out, and how do we help them to start moving their product forward, giving them the ideas on how to build those programs for themselves.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, it just sounds like you guys really helped lay an amazing foundation for these businesses to do what they need to do. And yeah, like we mentioned, like, we're seeing that in action. We see these businesses then become a real living, breathing part of our community.
They're wearing so many hats, and one thing this thing does is that word accelerate, right? Think about sitting in a car, and when you put on the gas, what happens? It goes. We talk about a lot. It forces them to focus, because when you're wearing so many hats, to work on your business instead of in it, it's one of those things that you can push to the back burner. But this is truly an accelerator, because it's time stamped. I have to do this by next week. I have to do this by next week. And it's at the end of it, like you said, Jerry was raving about it. They're happy with the progress that they made in every situation, because they are doing the work, and it's ultimately them sitting in the driver's seat and the ones pushing the gas. And it's so inspiring to see somebody come into the program, and then when they finish, the growth that they've had every single time, no matter what point they're coming in from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've seen each one of those people who have talked to us that have made it all the way through the program, that they say, it was hard.
Okay.
It's work. It's not something that's just given to us, but they go, but I was held accountable and helped to work through those steps. And I'm so glad that I've done that.
Yeah.
So everyone has grown, and even if they weren't the ones who won the pitch contest, they were able to say, no, it was so great to have that help and the steps, and where I'm at now compared to where I was, I would have been floundering for just a little bit longer.
Yeah. That is so awesome. Yeah, like, maybe it's hard for the 11 weeks it goes on, but I'm sure it makes everything from there on out a lot easier to manage and deal with. Absolutely. And I'm sure just more fun too. Lots of times, if you're an entrepreneur or a small business owner, it can be a little lonely, a little isolating, because you are just working for yourself. Lots of time, especially at the beginning with yourself, if you're not able to, hire on more employees at first. So to have someone there that's like, hey, we're in your corner, we got you, that then all of a sudden you feel like you got these teammates on your business, I'm sure that's so empowering and exciting for them.
You hit the nail on the head, and it's not just us, because we're there with these programs for as long as they need us. And some
Mhm.
people come in and out of it. But what also that I think that we both have seen is the connections that they make with one another in this
Yeah.
class, right?
Yeah.
And then becoming a part of this community. And that's really what it's ultimately about. Like Michael said, you can feel like you're in the middle of the ocean, but if you can stop treading water and breathing long enough and you're able to look up, you see there are so many people with their hands reaching out to you to help.
Yeah.
So it's a great journey to be able to be a part of. It's truly an honor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we each have a different expertise, so we have an entire team to surround them. So if you're needing numbers, I don't understand why people don't love numbers, but I'm a numbers guy, so I thoroughly enjoy all things numbers. If one spreadsheet is good, 20 must be better.
Right.
So I love to work with those numbers. But we have people who are very good at just being frank with how to say, this is not a good idea the way you have it written out right now.
Mhm.
Let's make some adjustments so that it can be something that you could take to a bank
Sure.
and pitch to them, and it is a solid plan.
Awesome.
We've got people who are very good at social media and able to walk you through the steps and how to make that happen. We can do some pieces with technology and have some connections with people who have access to that. And
Yeah.
taking all those pieces together and helping, we really have a passion for helping entrepreneurs and getting their businesses started here in our
Yeah.
community.
I love it. Yeah, you can tell that you've got that passion. I love it. What would be like the best to move? Because for this round coming up, applications are still open until February 13th. Yes.
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 What should, like, someone who's listening who has an idea for a small business or maybe has one going already, what should they have in mind to get themselves to this next step of maybe entering this program?
I think, going to the website, which is sbdc.siu.edu, and clicking on the application link and not
Mhm.
waiting to the last minute,
Sure.
being thoughtful with their answers
Mhm.
and really taking the time to fill the application out, because we have 15 seats available for this last cohort,
Mhm.
and those are looked at. If it's one word answers, somebody who's actually taken the time to fill the application out is
Yeah.
going to stand out more than they would. But also just hitting the send button at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we just need that extra push
Totally.
to say, I'm going to do this.
Mhm.
That would be my thoughts.
I love that.
To take a chance and go ahead and put yourself out there and reach out and try and give it a shot.
Yeah.
And put your name in there, fill out, like Melissa was saying, fill it out, take the time to give good answers on there so that we can review those, and we want to get the best 15 people into those seats that are most likely to advance right now.
Mhm.
And even if they don't make it right now, we can still make those connections with them to help them get ready for maybe the next time something
Sure.
like this is offered.
Totally. Absolutely. I love that. Yeah, so if you're listening out there, you got that dream or you got that business rolling, you need that help, you got till February 13th to apply for this round. And it's a no cost program, correct?
No cost.
Yeah.
Completely
that is-
confidential unless they fill out a release form, like you mentioned Jerry.
Okay, amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And then you get that money at the
Yes,
end.
you
It's
do.
really phenomenal.
If you can finish the program out, then yeah, the money is sitting there waiting for you to take advantage of, and
Yeah.
another opportunity to pitch for a little bit more beyond that. That is a great way for a new business to get some seed money to get kind of up and going.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to me, it feels like earning this fast track degree, and then you don't have any debt. You actually just have money at the end. How wonderful! And I've gone to the graduation ceremony for the past two, and it's just really wonderful. And I say this, I don't want this to sound condescending in the least bit. There's something so precious about it. Seeing these, adults with this dream and getting to see them honored and recognized by their friends and their family, having that graduation ceremony. It's really inspiring to see people take off from that point. And you can feel that energy and you can feel that determination in the room.
Mhm.
Like, it's cool being in a room with a lot of determined dreamers.
Very
Yeah.
much.
Absolutely. Having their families there, it's an extra level,
Yeah.
because they support them as well. When you have a small business, your family's supporting you as well. It could just be emotionally saying, hey, you can do this, or
Yeah.
even sometimes in partnerships roles.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to add that the class is hybrid. So if somebody,
Great.
and it's at noon, so if somebody is like, oh, I can't get off work and do that, you can join virtually.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, take your lunch break.
Yes.
Jump on that Zoom
exactly.
meeting while you're having your sandwich at your desk. I love that. Y'all, we have just a little under 10 minutes left. If you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Melissa Ray Roach and Michael Jessup. We're talking about the Carbondale Accelerator Program. What haven't we touched on in this last half hour that you want to make sure our listeners hear about, either with this program specific or other things with the SBDC?
I think one of the things that we talk about a lot too is we get focused on just the programs that are there, but it's the support after that too, and just reminding people that all of these programs are no cost. So the Carbondale Accelerator Program is for businesses that are in Carbondale, but the SBDC has a 6-county coverage area.
Awesome.
And so, somebody could be listening and has a family member that it isn't located in Carbondale or even in Illinois. The Small Business Development Center, they're all over the country.
Cool.
So as entrepreneurs are needing help, the help is out there for sure.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Michael, do you have anything else you want to add to that?
I gotta agree with Melissa. I think
Yeah.
that point of just being able to help those, we really do have a passion for helping these people. And we've been entrepreneurs. I own businesses myself. I've had businesses since I was in high school. So be able to pass some of that information and help them sidestep some of the monstrous mistakes I've made starting out, and how to work through those steps is a really big deal.
Yeah.
And to have that support system, not just for during this particular program, but moving forward. And it's not something where I have to have somebody scheduled with me once a week to see me every single week. Though I do have clients that do that, and it's very useful for them to kind of have that support system as we move along. But they can hop in and hop out as their needs change and as their business challenges come up, and they need to say have somebody to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah.
Not just somebody who's their yes person, right?
Yeah, sure.
We've all got friends who will say, oh, that is a great idea, that's awesome, you should totally do that. And then as soon as they walk, we're like, I hope they don't do that, oh my goodness. But having somebody who can walk through and say, okay, I don't have a dog in this particular fight.
Okay,
So
sure.
how do we be honest with you? We are successful when our clients are successful.
Yeah.
And we love to be able to celebrate when our clients are doing well.
Yeah, that is so fantastic. It really constantly kind of blows my mind, when I hear people talk about the SBDC and y'all's services and everything. I'm just like, it's just there. It is just there. You can just walk in and talk to people. It seems like too good to be true, but yet there it is, just this wonderful little oasis.
Sure.
This well of knowledge out there, just ready to be tapped into. So really appreciate that y'all are there, and just what it does for Carbondale. I mean, I think we are such a unique city, and that we do have so many amazing entrepreneurs and small business owners that bring so much character to Carbondale and really make it what it is. So the fact that they have that there at the ready to make sure that we keep that success going is really special.
Absolutely. And another thing, a part of it is when we talk about, you go through a program like the Carbondale Accelerator Program. With that, you now have a business plan and know how to pitch. So what is a pitch?
Yeah.
It gets you ready to be able to talk to possible investors or banks, and you're further along than you were before. And I think one thing that is also really great, it's the team internally that we have, but mentioning the community and what's outside of that, right? So we can make recommendations to what we call bail, bankers, accountants, insurance, lawyers, because it really does take a whole team of people when you're starting or growing a business. So tapping into that network and being a part of the events that happen at SBDC, networking events that we attend, it just strengthens the community and also that individual social capital as well, because it can be intimidating starting a business. But if I met this person at an event, we had a conversation, they know more about me and my business, I'm a little bit more comfortable than I was before. So watching people grow has been one of my favorite things about the program. It's just not only growing and being able to get this business off the ground, but realizing I can do this.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not alone.
Absolutely.
Right.
I love that. I love it. Fantastic. We just have a few minutes left. Michael, I did want to ask you, because I was going to ask you guys if you had an entrepreneurial past, and then you said that you've had some businesses. What's been a highlight of your entrepreneurial?
Yes.
Boy, it's a hard one to say sometimes, isn't it?
Especially on a Monday morning.
Exactly.
Right?
I was like, is that part of the program? Do you help
It
people?
really is. We
learn how to
concentrate
say
on focusing
entrepreneurial?
on being able to say entrepreneurial. Yes.
Amazing.
So for me personally, being able to, one of my businesses is a martial arts school.
Cool.
And I absolutely love working with students to be able to teach them something and to be able to show them when they walk in and say, I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. I can't do it. And to work with them and work with them and work with them until they get to the point they're like, well, not only can I do this, but I'm actually pretty good at this.
Yeah.
And I love to be able to take that same thing and work with new business owners and to do that same sort of thing where they can say, well, I don't know how to do that part, so I just kind of avoid it.
Yeah.
And it's a thorn sitting out there because I know I keep brushing up against it. But when we can tell them, okay, now let's turn around and face it and then deal with it so that we can work past it. And like, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought. And now that I have some background on how to do this, maybe it's the paying the taxes and sales tax, and what does that do for me? And I don't want to pay any taxes.
Yeah.
But when you realize that it's not as scary if you do it the right way and you take care of things, then it really helps them realize this is actually okay, and it helps me to be able to do these.
I love it. Gosh, well, thank you all so much for joining me today and chatting about all this, and thank you for being where you are and doing what you do. It makes such a big difference. I feel like the theme from today is you can do it.
You can do
it. Everybody listening this Monday morning, you can do it. All right, well, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.